Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to do a little bit about respiration. So we've talked about photosynthesis. We understand what's going on with photosynthesis. Right now, you are currently all doing respiration. You're taking in oxygen, you're using sugars from things that you've eaten, and you're giving off carbon dioxide and water vapor as well as energy. If you take your hand, you put it up close to your mouth and you go, breathe out, you actually feel that water vapor, that moist feeling in your palm. So you know that you also give off water vapor when you breathe or when you respire. So respiration is interesting. I want to go through this image with you so that you have a better understanding of it. There are three parts. There's glycolysis, there's the Krebs cycle, which we've seen before, and there's the electron transport chain. Pretty simple. It's called electron transport chain. If you take a look, oh my gosh, electrons leading right to it. Pretty easy to remember. But anyway, this process is actually occurring, the Krebs cycle and the electron transport chain, in the mitochondria. So we're in a new part. Don't worry about that so much, but let's go through some of the big ideas. So what's happening with respiration, sugar comes in to a process called glycolysis. Glycolysis ends up creating a little bit of ATP. Remember, that's energy. And then also during the process of glycolysis, electrons are released, as well as something called pyruvic acid. You don't have to have that memorized. Just know that, glycolysis does allow for the rest of the process to continue. So pyruvic acid leaves during the process of glycolysis and heads towards the Krebs cycle. While the Krebs cycle turns, again, it's like a little gear, it produces 2 more ATP. It also produces and releases carbon dioxide. Now, this is being released as a waste product, just like your lungs right now are pushing carbon dioxide out of your body as a waste product. Okay. Also at this time, during the Krebs cycle, electrons are released and sent off to the electron transport chain. Those electrons from the Krebs cycle and the electrons all the way over here from glycolysis travel to the electron transport chain. Okay. So at this point, oxygen also comes in. Oxygen and the electrons enter the electron transport chain. And during this time, the oxygen and the electrons produce 32 ATP. That's a lot of energy. Okay, so a ton of energy is actually produced at the end during the electron transport chain. Also, another byproduct or waste product is water. And again, when you were feeling on your hands, breathing out, you could feel that water coming out of your lungs again as a waste product. So let's recap. Sugar comes in. Okay. Oxygen eventually comes in as well. Carbon dioxide and water are released as waste products. And the electron transport chain produces the most amount of ATP with 32 ATP. And that is what's going on during respiration.